How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my reaction to Season 2, Episode 1 of Star Trek, the original series, Amok Time. So yeah, just beginning Season 2. Season 1 had many great episodes, actually, I have to say, especially in the tail end of the season. So I'm hoping Season 2 will have more of the same. I believe this episode contains the famous fight scene between Kirk and Spock. I believe it was like parodied in the Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. Well, parodied slash a homage, I think, with Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick in the Cable Guy. Um, but yeah, I don't know the context of how that happens or what causes it. I just know that there is a battle between them, and I'm pretty sure it's this episode. But guys, if you enjoyed the reaction, like and a comment would be fantastic, and also there will be the full uncut reaction to this episode. That's on my Patreon page. If you'd like to support the channel further and become a Patreon member, again, the link will be in the description. It'd be fantastic just to support the channel further. Just really help the channel grow further, and if you haven't been a subscriber on the channel, if you want to do that as well, helps the channel grow as well, and algorithm, all that kind of stuff. Would be fantastic. And just a quick shout out to my patrons, to Ravi, to Gigi Gooding, to Mary, to Blaze, and to Mihal. As always, thank you so much for the support. It really is appreciated. But with that, we will watch Season 1, Episode 2 of Star Trek, Amok Time.
I suggested to Spock that it was time for his routine checkup. Your logical, unemotional first officer turned to me and said, "Oh, I shall certainly break your neck."
Spock said.
We know he could do that. Jesus, Spock.
Want anything from you, I'll ask for it.
Captain, I should like to request a leave of absence on my home planet. On our present course, you can divert to Vulcan. All I require from you is that you answer it, yes or no.
Permission granted.
I'm more interested in your request for shore leave. In all the years that
You
I've
have
known
my request, Captain. Will you grant it or not?
you've never asked for a leave of any sort. In fact, you've refused them. Why now?
Well, no reason to give him one then if he's never done it before.
If there's a problem, some illness in the family.
No. Nothing of that nature, Captain.
He wants the answer.
I wish to take my leave on Vulcan.
What's wrong?
I need rest.
With this kind of behavior, after would you nearly almost reevaluate? Is he safe to have in the crew? Is this kind of an outburst?
Thank you, Captain.
Most of us overlook the fact that even Vulcans aren't indestructible.
Maybe he'll calm down though, because he's known he's bound for Vulcan.
Inauguration ceremonies, Altair 6 have been advanced 7 solar days.
Uh-oh.
We'll have to head directly there at
We've finally seen Chekhov.
6, sir. Insufficient time to stop off at Vulcan.
A week early. Don't worry, I'll see that you get your leave as soon as we're finished.
Huh? I thought he was going to have a big outburst right there, like attack someone. Kept himself well restrained there. You could see there was frustration building inside him.
How far behind schedule will diverting to Vulcan put us?
We're on course for Vulcan, Captain. As Mr. Spock ordered.
Thank you, Mr. Chekhov.
Okay, kind of corrects what I said. Abide by your rules.
You changed course for Vulcan, Mr. Spock. Why?
Changed the course?
Do you deny it?
No. No, by no means, Captain. Did it. I do not know why, nor do I remember doing it.
I order you to report to the sickbay.
Sickbay.
Complete examination.
He's trying to keep himself contained. The hand kind of fluttering. It's like keep himself in check.
We're going to Vulcan. Then we're going to Altair. Then we're headed to Vulcan again. And now we're headed back to Altair.
If you don't get him to Vulcan within a week, 8 days at the outside, he'll die.
Why? How?
There's a growing imbalance of body functions. As if in our bodies, huge amounts of adrenaline. But if it isn't stopped somehow, the physical and emotional pressures will simply kill him.
Family member, maybe?
McCoy has given me his medical evaluation of your condition. He says you're going to die unless something is done. It's something only your planet can do for you.
That's what I was thinking.
Spock. You've been called the best first officer in the fleet. That's an enormous asset to me.
Is a thing no outworlder may know, except those very few who have been involved. It is a deeply personal thing.
It's like they're very private Vulcans are.
And understand.
I'll treat this as totally confidential.
Do with biology.
Is it like he evolves or something? At a certain age, maybe something comes into a Vulcan or something, maybe?
Biology as in...
He's struggling so
Reproduction.
much to tell him this.
How do Vulcans choose their mates?
This was always going to happen to Spock. Like, did he know this was going to happen one day? And did he kind of not anticipate?
Time of mating.
So it's like he's in heat almost. Is that what he's saying?
Once each 11 years, they must return to the caverns where they hatched. To return home. And take a wife.
Like, it's not just a mating ritual thing, actual marriage. Again, I'll come back to my question though. Like, did he always know this was going to happen? Obviously, he did. You know?
I'll get you to Vulcan, son.
Communication to Mr. Spock, Lieutenant Uhura here. Captain asked me to inform you he's trying to raise about...
me alone!
This inauguration will stabilize the entire Altair system. Our appearance there is a demonstration of friendship.
Can't go off to Vulcan against Starfleet orders. You'll be busted.
And I can't let Spock die, can I, Bones?
Surely there'd be another way of transporting him there, even if the Enterprise has to go back to Altair. Like I said, a shuttlecraft, maybe.
I came to tell you that we are bound for Vulcan. We'll be there in just a few days. My name is Christine.
Yes, I know, Christine.
Or like some sexual tension.
Would you make me some of that lo-make soup?
Oh, I'd be very glad to do that, Mr. Spock.
And would you beam down to the planet's surface and stand with me? There is a brief ceremony. L is accompanied by his closest friends.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
McCoy's like, what about me?
Also request McCoy accompany me.
I shall be honored, sir.
Spock,
With the potential mate.
it is I,
And
Bring.
Christine will be jealous.
parted
It's
from
almost like
and never
a
parted,
match, isn't it?
never and always.
Who is she?
She is T'Pring, my wife.
Wait, are they already... Is it already, like, official? But it is interesting to kind of see Spock showing a little more human-like emotion, you know. Tension, more passion, more frustration, you know. It's interesting to see that side of him. Jeez, that's a hell of a bridge.
Called it Kunuk. What?
He described it to me as meaning marriage or challenge. In the distant past, was killed to win their mates.
They still go mad at this time. I wonder when his T'Pring arrives.
He said T'Pring was your wife.
By our parents' arrangement.
So it is
Ceremony. While we were but 7 years of age. Less than a marriage, but more than a betrothal.
So this makes it
One
official.
touches the other in order to feel each other's thoughts.
Wait, have we seen her before?
The only person to ever turn down a seat in the Federation.
Officiating at Spock's wedding.
He never mentioned that his family was this important.
I don't understand. If he marries her, then does he have to stay at Vulcan then? He can't go back to duty on the Enterprise.
Our ceremonies for outworlders.
They are not outworlders. They are my friends.
Man,
Doesn't seem very welcoming. Does she?
How does he pledge their behavior?
With my life, T'Pau.
Carry far.
That's the music. Da-la-la, da-la-la. Yeah, this is the music they used for Cable Guy.
Loses the challenge.
With him?
He acts only if cowardice is seen.
We'll stay.
Spock chose his friends well.
Well, since I know Kirk's going to do it, why would Kirk have to do it when he's not part of these laws? He's from a different race.
Tomorrow's. I make my choice. This one.
No.
But Kirk shouldn't have to engage in this. There you go, so don't do it.
My friend does not understand.
The choice has been made, Spock. It is up to him now.
He does not know.
It is decided.
What happens to Spock if I decline?
Okay.
Another champion will be selected.
You can't do it, Jim.
I can.
No. She said that their laws and customs were not binding.
How?
If I can
So what, you
knock
can-
Spock out without really hurting him.
In this climate, if the heat doesn't get you, the thin air will.
And Spock wins and honor is satisfied.
Yeah, but if he tries to kill you.
Bring forth the Lirpa. This combat is to the death.
Yeah, Spock ain't messing around. Shit. I would root for Kirk. Oh shit. Gotta go with my race. I like Spock, but he does like to talk down humans a lot. Vulcan.
No!
He killed him.
Troika!
I can compensate for the atmosphere and the temperature with this. At least it'll give Kirk a fighting chance.
It's not what we came to Vulcan for, is it?
Yeah, but would you rather kill Spock or be killed by Spock?
It's a triox compound. It'll help you breathe.
Troika!
He's dead.
I grieve with thee.
I think he feels, oh, fuck off. That's what he feels like saying.
As strange as it may seem, Mr. Spock, you're in command now.
And what about your wife? What's the story with that?
In preferring Ston over me.
You have become much known among our people, Spock, to know that I did not want to be the consort of a legend. But by the laws of our people, I could only divorce you by the caliphate.
She is yours. You may find that having is not so pleasing a thing after all as wanting. It is not logical.
You can say that about a lot of things in life. It's often the road to attaining something. When you actually get it, it sometimes doesn't reflect what you anticipated it to be.
I have killed my captain and my friend. Furthermore, I shall order Mr. Scott to take immediate command of this vessel.
Don't you think you better check with me first?
Scott will be third in command?
Jim! Uninjured?
I've never seen Spock smile before.
Blame McCoy. That was no triox compound he shot me with. Neuroparalyzer. Knocked me out. Simulated death.
Nurse, would you mind,
Was
please?
that a bit risky though? What if he'd continued to attack him after, like, and do something else?
You can't tell me that when you first saw Jim alive that you weren't on the verge of giving us an emotional scene that would have brought the house down.
My quite logical relief that Starfleet had not lost the highly proficient captain.
Yes, Mr. Spock, I understand.
Quite logical.
Thank you, Doctor.
In a pig's eye.
Spock even know what he meant by that? Okay, that was Amok Time, and yeah, I thought it was a really, really good episode that, despite the fact that I knew that there was going to be that fight, I think it was just great to see because I know how kind of an iconic moment that was. You know, I said that was referenced in the Cable Guy, but I think it was so interesting to see Spock kind of show all these emotions that we really don't ever see from him, like this frustration, anger, tension. Even at the end, we see him smile. I've never seen him smile when he realizes that Kirk is still alive. And I liked that they did a good explanation as to why, because I was questioning, like, why does Kirk have to get into this when it's not his, it's not law for him. But once he agrees upon to do the battle, then, okay, it made more sense then why they wouldn't be, that someone wouldn't be up for murder for him being killed because he agreed to partake in the ritual with them. So I liked that kind of explained that for me because I was curious, like, how is this going to work? He's not part of their culture, their society, but that was a good way of going about it. And also wondering why she picked Kirk in the first place. It seemed a bit strange, but obviously she wanted the other Vulcan guy, so that made sense as well. So yeah, like, all in all, it was a good, and also I guess we learned a bit more about Vulcan culture. That was interesting because Spock is such a prominent figure in the show, obviously. Seeing a bit more of his culture, it was good to see that. We often see Worf from Next Generation and the Klingon Empire, so it's good to see a bit of that as well, and kind of compare and contrast with how humans go about things, and specifically marriage in the case of this episode. So yeah, all in all, I thought it was a very good episode, and a good centric Spock episode, just seeing a different side to him. And it kind of seems well how close him and Kirk are, how, and the lengths that Kirk would go to try and protect his first officer. So I thought it was very good in that sense too, between the two characters. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Amok Time. Where to rank among your favorite episodes in the Star Trek series. Would love to hear your thoughts on it. And until next week, Slongafol.